Sitting down with me virtually from Flatlands Kennel is Whitney Weston. How's it going today, Whitney?
It's going good.
So, Flatlands Kennel is hosting the Harvest K-9 Games this coming weekend here. Could you just tell people a little bit about what you have planned for the show this year?
Yeah, so we actually started it last year during COVID, ironically. It's really an event that's meant to get everyone involved with their dogs in some sort of a sport. So we offer 7 or 8 different sports here. We offer them on a regular basis, actually, as well. But this is really meant to just kind of be one big event where you can come and there's presenters for all different sports here, and you don't have to be an expert. You can come and just try it out. There's no pressure. There's food trucks, or there's a food truck that we used to get in, and we're getting a local baking kind of cooking lady in this year. And there's vendors selling all kinds of stuff from leashes and collars to, well, we're getting gritstone sharpening this year to sharpen grooming shears and blades. So it's really meant to just get everybody together in one place at one time and see what your dog might really like, because sometimes it's hard to make it out to every kind of practice, and find that out on your own.
And how many dogs are supposed to take part then? Could you tell me a little bit about participation in the event?
Yeah, so last year we had, at our very first event, we only had about 6 weeks of advertising that we were able to get out. But we ended up having around 100 people through the gates. And this spring we hosted the Prairie Canine Games, which was a little bit more competitive. Like there was competitions versus just sort of getting out and learning and trying. But there was that as well. But we had around 220 people through the gates for that. So some people had no dogs. Some people brought multiple dogs. There was one lady, I think, that brought 8 dogs. So we were happy to see that. And so it's hard to tell how many exactly there were as to dogs, but we can count waivers and get an idea on the numbers of people.
And with the reintroduction of some COVID protocols over the past couple of weeks here, what kind of adjustments did you have to make to the games?
So there's 2 events that will take place undercover in our Quonset, which is barn hunt and, well, not barn hunt, but rat finding and weight pull. So those people will have to wear masks, unfortunately, if they are in the building with another person. We obviously, the cool thing about dog sports is a lot of it is outside. And you generally are way more than 6 feet away from another person. So we are pretty safe regarding that. We do, we will have hand sanitizer, and we will have like all the kind of sanitizing products and signage that we're required to have as well. We did work with Sask Health last year to make sure that we were doing the proper things, making sure everybody was safe. And so we've just been in contact with them as well as to what we need to do. But we fall under rodeo and racing guidelines. And again, we are outdoors and we have acres and acres to be able to participate. So it's not going to be too terrible anyway.
And when it comes to the people that help make this event possible, who do you have to thank?
Well, we started out with, I think, 7 people, and I think we're up to 18 now, so that we can give everybody a little bit more of a break. We don't want anyone, getting heat stroke or anything crazy like that. So everybody can go have a break and go check out the events themselves, while, being able to run it in shifts a little bit too. So it's been nice to have such a huge showing of people come out and help.
Then, for my last question here, I just wanted to ask where people can go to learn more about the games if they're interested in maybe attending.
You can go to our website. It's www.flatlandskennels.com. And then there is a drop down link that says upcoming events and classes. And there will be a link right there for Harvest Canine Games. And there's maps and information about each of the events that we're having on there regarding timing and so on. But anybody is welcome to come, dog or not. Even if you just want to watch, or if you're not comfortable, or if you need a place to train your dog safely, it is a pretty controlled event with other dogs, so it's nice for reactive dogs. So there's a map on there as to where the events will be on the property, and we have a pin on Google Maps to get to our house as well, and our contact information is there if you need further instructions on navigating the roads.
Thanks so much, Whitney.
You bet. Thanks for having me.